The Pittsburgh Steelers were just handed a secret weapon for this Miami game. And as Steeler fans, right, you guys have got to see that things are looking up. That victory against the Ravens was huge. Now you're sitting on top of the division yet again. The Steelers are now in control of their own destiny. And on top of that, this is huge. Check out the weather for this game. Normally, this wouldn't be a huge deal, but this is a matter of history for the Miami Dolphins. And we're talking about a nasty 18 degrees at game time. That's without even factoring in wind chill. Now, the Dolphins are hot right now, but this is a real thing. Tua, he does not have a good history under center for the Miami Dolphins in games that are 40 degrees or colder. He's 0-5 to be exact. Miami is going to be in trouble simply because of the elements. Check this out. Tua starts in 40 degrees or colder. You can see it here. Losses at Buffalo, Tennessee, Buffalo again, Kansas City, Green Bay, Pittsburgh, most of those considerably below 40 degrees. That Kansas City game was minus 4 degrees Fahrenheit. That might be a little closer to what they're looking at against Pittsburgh, but just, and now we've got this game at Pittsburgh at 18 degrees. So that's the projected temperature. And also, you might say Miami beat the Jets last week, and that's considered a cold game, but that was only 41 degrees Fahrenheit, so that just barely misses my narrative, so bear with me. But the Dolphins, they're looking for their 5th straight win, right? But in the elements, things happen, right? The Steelers, they're just dominant when it comes to taking the ball away. So this is really advantageous to them. They lead the NFL in forced fumbles with 12 so far this season, and they rank number 2 in total takeaways through week 14, second to the Chicago Bears. You're looking at TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Nick Herbig. I think these are going to be the key players to this game. They're going to lead the charge. They're going to create turnovers in this game and have Tua take a dive in yet another cold weather game for Miami. And this advantage is definitely needed, right? The injury list in Pittsburgh is getting a little lengthy. So let's kind of shift towards that. Kind of brutal, this injury report coming into the Dolphins game. A large group of injured players, but it also comes with some good news. So the word of the year, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin, he talks about attrition a lot, how this is just a war during the season, and really that's the Steelers' injury luck. It has been a war of attritions. It seems every single week, another 2 or 3 players are injured. And say what you will about Mike Tomlin, but starting the year with all these injuries that you guys had, for you guys to start at 5-1 is nothing other than a coaching miracle. Instead of tearing this guy down, you should give him kudos for bringing you through that tough stretch at the beginning of the year. And the team's injury luck, it continues to be a little awful, and it's not any different coming into week 15 against Miami Dolphins. So let's start with some positives. I think there's a lot to be positive about. You're going to have newly acquired safety Kyle Duggar. I think he's going to be a part of your team beyond this year. He's been absolutely fantastic for you guys. Derek Harmon, he's making progress in rehab. He is ramping up. He's practicing this week. And also a massive update was given on DK Metcalf. As you guys probably remember, he spent the night in the hospital in Baltimore after complaining of a stomach issue, some stomach pain on the team plane. They plucked him off, put him in the hospital for the night. He stayed in Baltimore for the night, but really good report. It looks like he's going to be fully ready to go in week 15. So that's the good news. Let's get to the bad news. Let's talk about concussions. This was a lot here. It started with 3 players suffering concussions, and the last 2 offensive starters mid-game got one, and a key defensive player. So we're going to start with starting left tackle Andrus Peat, tight end Darnell Washington. Both of these guys suffered concussions during this last game. And also, sorry to say it, but Malik Harrison. I really love this player for you guys. His concussion on a collision was pretty scary looking, actually. That was a collision with Derrick Henry. And Tomlin, he said that the medical staff, they're going to have to clear the player through the concussion protocol, obviously, before they're going to be ready to play. So this is directly what he said. Certainly, we have several guys in the concussion protocol. We'll let that process run its course, and the medical experts will center stage in terms of determining availability of those guys. Those guys are Andrus Peat, Malik Harrison, and Darnell Washington. So this biggest problem here, depth at tackle, right? The tackle backup won't be there as well. That means Dylan Cook, the replacement, he's kind of going to be on an island in Week 15. He is going to be one of the key players of this team because you're looking at Calvin Anderson. He's been your primary swing tackle all year. He suffered that knee injury in Week 14. He's already been ruled out against the Dolphins. No word on where he's going to be past that. Directly from Tomlin, Calvin Anderson at tackle can be characterized as out. So now you're looking at Cook. Previously, he was a fourth stringer at the start of this season. Now he's really all that the team has. The cupboard is pretty much bare at tackle. He's going to protect Aaron Rodgers on his blind side in this game. So, man, Broderick Jones, Andrus Peat, Calvin Anderson now all out. No choice but to trust Cook. Huge opportunity for the guy, right? But so's the weight of it. He's 5 games remaining, 7-6 record, an absolute must that he's able to protect the backside. And the Steelers, they can't afford any mistakes here. The measure of success or failure is razor thin at this point. They can't afford to lose another game. And this game against Miami is going to be a little dicey because Miami is coming into this game hot. I believe they're looking for their 5th win in a row. They started out really rocky at the beginning of the season. Lots of rumors sound familiar about their coach getting fired, but since then they have gone on an absolute tear. Devin Achane, he's the possible major injury for Miami. It's looking like now that he's going to play. He's progressing really well through practice. I'll let you guys know if that changes. But it looks like Miami's going to have their full complement of weapons against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they're going to have to bring it. Good news that it's in Pittsburgh, and this weather is definitely in your favor. But an absolutely impressive win in my estimation, 27-22 over the Ravens. And Cook, he came into the game at a really crucial situation. He actually came in on a crucial 3rd down when Andrus Peat went down. But he didn't panic. He settled in and he delivered. He was able to read Rodgers' signals. He has a very specific way that he comes out of the huddle and the way that he orchestrates plays. It looked like he was there fully engaged, fully up to speed with what's happening. That's a credit to the coaching staff, right? When a player comes in and he is just ready to go. And he really played confidently. It wasn't really stressful, just a steadied presence, just really controlled way of playing, and he just did a really good job. It looks like he is worthy of trust, and now he's going to come into Week 15. He only has 13 NFL snaps to his credit. Small sample size, but 0 sacks, 0 penalties. Just a composed young man. I think he's going to play well for you guys, and actually it doesn't matter what I think. He absolutely has to play well for this game. You've got some players limited, but I think they're going to play. Keanu Benton, Y.A. Black, quarterback James Pierre, special teams guy Ben Skowronek. They're a group that are limited earlier in the week, but it looks like they're progressing just fine. I think they're going to play. So, yeah, you got an extra day of rest before this Monday night showdown. Couldn't be excited enough for you guys. You guys are in control of your own destiny. You're in first place in your division. And all these things, talking about your coach and all that stuff, put it to the wayside, root for your team, enjoy it, and I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win this division. I think they're going to make some noise in the playoffs because that's where Aaron Rodgers thrives, and I think you're set up really well. Hopefully by the end of the season, these injuries on your offensive line will kind of resolve themselves. You are able to go to your first week of the playoffs with a full complement of weapons and your defense fully locked and loaded and ready to go. Talk to you guys soon. I'll continue to be here with Pittsburgh Steelers news on a daily, kind of from an outsider's view. I'm not a dyed-in-the-wool fan. I am primarily a Bears guy. Justin Fields brought me over. Before I knew it, I was doing a channel, and I'm really enjoying it. Continue to hit the subscribe button. It really helps me be able to continue to do this, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.